Affenpinscher 2018 Dogs Review. Dog Breed Group, Companion Dogs. Height, 9 inches to 11 inches tall in the shoulder. Weight, 7 to 9 pounds. Lifespan, 12 to 14 years. The Affenpinscher, often known as the monkey dog, Affen means ape, monkey in German, and Pinscher means terrier, is small but feisty, stuffed with spunk as well as. This mustachioed little devil is descended in the numerous small terriers that populated 17th and 1700s stables and s throughout Europe, ridding them of rats and mice. Some in the intelligent, wiry-haired dogs should have caught a person's vision of ladies, because eventually these people were bred for being smaller, the better being a companion dog. Today the Affen is really a rare breed, but he found public notice in 2002 when Chaggiers Supernova won the toy group in 2002 on the nationally televised Westminster Kennel Club show. This breed combines clown-like charm using a bold nature, and his awesome creative way of thinking never ceases to astound and entertain his people. He learns quickly and adjusts watchily to improve, so he's a great traveler who's always watchy for the new adventure. People who accept Affens admire their sensitivity and gentleness but warn they are the quintessential big dog in a tiny body. Sturdy, smart, and alert, the Affenpinscher is a superb watchdog who fears nothing. He's not normally loud, but he or she is excitable. Once he's on alert, it will take a while for him to settle down. He takes seriously his duty to defend home, family, and territory, and won't hesitate to alert the complete neighborhood that somebody is approaching leading door. Frequent socialization online websites and animals is really a must for your Affenpinscher growing up for being a balanced adult. Without it, he'll never live approximately his potential. The Affenpinscher carries a mind of their own and is often called stubborn. He needs early and consistent training. Fortunately, he's desirous to learn and please his people when he's taught with positive reinforcement techniques, for instance praise, play, and food rewards. He can compete in obedience and agility, and the entertainment ability makes him a fantastic therapy dog. Who wouldn't laugh to determine him walking on his hind legs or waggling his eyebrows within a canine impersonation of Groucho Marx? While Affenpinschers are famous for making their people laugh, they're not the best breed for any household stuffed with children despite their antics. They aren't able to particularly like children, and so they won't hesitate to bite if provoked. The Affen is really a character, and that is part of his appeal. Consider him should you be interested in a tiny dog who enjoys seeing the sights, is a great watchdog, and can always allow you to laugh. Highlights. Like many toy breeds of dogs, the Affenpinscher can be tough to house train. Crate training is required. While the fur associated with an Affenpinscher is wiry, which is often considered hypoallergenic, this is not for being mistaken with non-shedding. All dogs shed or produce dander. Because with their heritage as ratters, Affenpinschers usually not flourish with rodent pets, for example hamsters, ferrets, gerbils, etc. They do, however, have a tendency to get in addition to fellow dogs within the household, which enable it to learn to get in addition to cats, in particular when they're raised together. Affenpinschers commonly are not recommended for households with toddlers or small children. It is not a breed which is naturally inclined to enjoy children. The Affenpinscher is loyal to his adult loved ones and can be considered a great companion for any family with teenagers. The Affenpinscher is usually a rare breed. Be prepared to hang out on a waiting list for anyone who is interested in acquiring one. To get yourself a healthy dog, never get a puppy from an irresponsible breeder, puppy mill, or pet shop. look for just a reputable breeder who tests her breeding dogs to be certain they're freed from genetic diseases that they might pass on the puppies, and which they have sound temperaments. History. The Affenpinscher's forebears date a minimum of to the 17th century, though more reliable documentation on this breed go as far back only towards the late 1800s. Paintings by Dutch artists dating back to the 15th century depict small, rough-coated, bearded dogs. These may easily be some with the Affenpinscher's ancestors. Originating in Germany and utilized heavily throughout Central Europe for his or her rat-catching abilities, these terrier-type dogs were welcome employees in stables, farms, and homes. Some on the intelligent, wiry-haired dogs have to have caught the interest of ladies, because eventually we were holding bred to get smaller, the better being a companion dog. Some sources credit a breeder in Lübeck, Germany, with being the first one to miniaturize the ratters, but like with so many breeds, the storyline of how the Affenpinscher was developed is lost to history. They may happen to be crossed with pugs, smooth-coated German pinschers, as well as a dog referred to as the German Silky Pinscher. Affenpinscher-type dogs also contributed to your development of other breeds, such as the Brussels Griffon as well as the Miniature Schnauzer. It's easy to determine their relationship once you look at their rough coats and bearded faces. The city of Munich was the center of early Affenpinscher development, nevertheless the breed have also been popular elsewhere in Germany. The Berlin Lapdog Club began to formulate a breed standard for your Affenpinscher in 1902, however the true breed standard has not been finalized until 1913. This standard, translated to English, was applied by the American Kennel Club plus the Affenpinscher was officially applied for the AKC stud book in 1936. The first Affen registered with all the AKC was named Noli V. Ann Wander, among 4 German imports owned by Bessie Malley of Cicero, Illinois. World War II interrupted the breeding from the Affenpinscher from the United States. It wasn't till the 1950s that involvement in the breed revived. He is still rare today, although he gained a little bit of celebrity in 2002 when Cachorros Supernova won the toy group in 2002 with the nationally televised Westminster Kennel Club show. The Affenpinscher ranks 125th, one of the breeds and varieties recognized because of the American Kennel Club. Size. Affenpinschers are 9.5 to 11.5 inches tall and weigh 7 to 9 pounds. Personality. The Affen is affectionate and curious, always for the alert. He's loyal to his family, all of which will do his tiny far better to protect them from harm. It's imperative that you prevent him from dealing with dogs 10 times his size. He's excitable and will take some time to settle down in the face of anything he views to be a threat. Like every dog, Affenpinschers need early socialization exposure to many different people, sights, sounds, and experiences when they're young. Socialization ensures that your Affen puppy grows up to get a well-rounded, outgoing, friendly dog and stays doing this. Enrolling him within a puppy kindergarten class is often a great start. Inviting visitors over regularly, and taking him to busy parks, stores that enable dogs, and also on leisurely strolls in order to meet neighbors can even help him polish his social skills. Health. Affenpinschers are usually healthy, but like every breeds, they're at risk from certain health issues. Not all Affens could possibly get any or all these diseases, however it's important to get aware of them for anyone who is considering this breed. Patellar luxation, also known as slip stifles, this is usually a common problem in small dogs. It is caused once the patella, that's 3 parts the femur, thigh bone, patella, kneecap, and tibia, calf is not properly arranged. This causes lameness in side leg or perhaps abnormal gait, form of like a skip or perhaps a hop. It is usually a condition that's present at birth, however the actual misalignment or luxation doesn't necessarily occur until much later. The rubbing brought on by patellar luxation can cause arthritis, a degenerative rheumatoid arthritis. There are 4 grades of patellar luxation, starting from grade I, an intermittent luxation causing temporary lameness from the joint, to grade 4, when the turning from the tibia is severe and also the patella is not realigned manually. This gives your pet a bow-legged appearance. Severe grades of patellar luxation might need surgical repair. Clippered's disease, generally an illness of small breeds. This condition, a deformity in the ball from the hip joint, usually appears at 6 to 9 months of age, which enables it to be confused with hip dysplasia. It causes wearing and arthritis. It can be repaired surgically, plus the prognosis is good while using help of rehabilitation therapy afterward. Hip dysplasia, this is really a heritable condition where the thigh bone doesn't fit snugly into your hip joint. Some dogs show pain and lameness using one or both rear legs. Nevertheless, you may not notice any symptoms of discomfort within a dog with hip dysplasia. As your dog ages, arthritis can be cultivated. X-ray screening for hip dysplasia is done because of the Orthopedic Foundation for Animals or even the University of Pennsylvania Hip Improvement Program, PennHip. Dogs with hip dysplasia mustn't be bred. If you're getting a puppy, ask the breeder for proof how the parents have already been tested for hip dysplasia and are freed from problems. Hip dysplasia is hereditary, however it can also be triggered by environmental factors, for instance rapid growth coming from a high-calorie diet or injuries incurred from jumping or falling on slick floors. Heart murmurs are attributable to a disturbance from the blood flow with the chambers of the guts. They're a signal that there may become a disease or condition of the center that will need to get monitored and treated. If you're choosing a puppy, find a great breeder who can show you health clearances for both the puppy's parents. Health clearances prove that your dog may be tested for and cleared of the particular condition. In infants, you should expect to discover health clearances through the Orthopedic Foundation for Animals, or FCI, for hip dysplasia, having a score of fair or better, elbow dysplasia, hypothyroidism, and von Willebrand's disease, from Auburn University for thrombopathia, and on the Canine Eye Registry Foundation, CERF, certifying that eyes are standard. You can confirm health clearances by checking the OFA internet site, offa.org. Care. The Affenpinscher is a great dog for apartment living, particularly if you have neighbors who don't mind occasional barking. Short, brisk walks are possibly a suitable length of time inside the backyard is plenty exercise because of this sturdy but only moderately active dog. Because he's so small, the Affenpinscher should become a full-time housey dog, with access and then a fully fenced backyard when they are not supervised. These dogs won't hesitate to confront animals bigger than themselves, an encounter which could result in tragedy. Like many toy breeds, the Affenpinscher can be challenging to house train. Be patient and consistent. Crate training is usually recommended. The key to training an Affenpinscher would be to always keep training fun. Use many praise and motivation. Feeding. Recommended daily amount, 1/4 to 1/2 cup of high-quality dry food each day, separated into 2 meals. Note, how much your adult dog eats is dependent upon his size, age, build, metabolism, and activity level. Dogs are individuals, the same as people, and so they don't all require same amount of food. It almost goes without saying that your highly active dog requires more than an inactive dog. The quality of commercial dog food you buy also is really a difference. The higher the commercial dog food, the further it's going to go toward nourishing your dog, and also the less of it you should shake into your pet's bowl. Keep your Affenpinscher trim by measuring his food and feeding him twice each day rather than leaving food out constantly. If you're unsure whether he's overweight, give him the attention test plus the hands-on test. First, look down at him. You needs to be able to determine a waist. Then place your hands on his back, thumbs down the spine, with all the fingers swatched downward. You needs to be able to feel although not see his ribs without needing to press hard. If you can't, he needs less food and even more exercise. For more on feeding your Affen, see our guidelines for getting the right food, feeding your dog, and feeding your adult dog. Coat color and grooming. Shaggy but neat describes the Affenpinscher's desired appearance. He incorporates a thick, rough coat having a harsh texture, approximately 1 inch long about the body, shorter within the rump and tail, and longer and shaggier around the head, where it contributes to your monkey-like expression, neck, chest, stomach, and legs. The longer fur across the head and shoulders resembles a cape. Affens don't shed much, however rough coat should be stripped to help keep its characteristic texture. You'll find the Affenpinscher dressed up in black, gray, silver, black and tan, or red, which ranges from brownish with an orangey tan. Some red Affenpinschers have black, brown, or white hair mixed in together with the red, as well as tan furnishings, plus some black Affenpinschers have a very few white or silver hairs combined. The furnishings, the longer hair may certainly be a bit lighter compared to the rest with the body. In Europe, Affenpinschers come mostly in black, sometimes that has a light frosting of gray. To maintain the shaggy but neat appearance, brush your Affen weekly that has a small slicker brush, then comb him having a metal greyhound comb. Use your fingers to carefully break up any mats or tangles you locate. It can help to spray them detangler solution first. There's a lot more to trimming and stripping the Affen's coat to realize his distinctive appearance, but it is easily learned. Your dog's breeder can provide you with how, or you can find instructions around the Affenpinscher Club of America website. Be patient and persistent while grooming your Affen, and you may both be happy using the results. Other grooming needs include dental treatments and nail care. Like most small breeds, Affens have difficulties with periodontal disease. Brush their teeth repeatedly a week to assist remove tartar and bacteria. Daily is advisable. Trim nails maybe once or twice a month if your pet doesn't use them down naturally. If you can hear them clicking for the floor, they're too much time. Short, neatly trimmed nails maintain feet in good shape and prevent your legs from getting scratched once your Affenpinscher enthusiastically jumps nearly greet you. Begin accustoming your Affenpinscher to being brushed and examined when he's a puppy. Handle his paws frequently. Dogs are touchy regarding their feet and look inside his mouth and ears. Make grooming having a positive experience filled up with praise and rewards, and you should lay the groundwork for straightforward veterinary exams as well as other handling when he's adult. As you groom, look for sores, rashes, or indications of infection, for instance redness, tenderness, or inflammation around the skin, inside the ears, nose, mouth, and eyes, and around the feet. Ears should smell nice, without an excessive amount of wax or gunk inside, and eyes needs to be clear, without having redness or discharge. Your careful weekly exam can help you spot potential health issues early. Children and other pets. Affenpinschers can't stand aggressive behavior, for example hitting, unwanted squeezing or hugging, or chasing to capture them or cornering these phones hold within a lap. If they can't escape, they're going to defend themselves by growling or snapping. For these reasons, they're not good ways for homes with small children. Often children don't understand that the cute little Affenpinscher might not exactly want love and kisses. It's a superb idea to socialize any puppy to small children, whether or not he definitely won't be living with these. Nevertheless, you should always supervise their interactions. Never let young kids pick up a puppy or small dog. Instead, get them to sit for the floor with all the dog of their lap. Pay attention to your dog's mannerisms, and set him safely in their crate if he appears being unhappy or uncomfortable while using child's attention. Always teach children dealing with untouched dogs, and try to supervise any interactions between dogs and young kids to prevent any biting or ear or tail pulling on the component of either party. Teach your son or daughter never to approach any dog while he's eating or sleeping, as well as to try to take canine's food away. No dog should ever be left unsupervised using a child. Affenpinschers usually go along well to dogs and cats within the family, but like the majority of toy breeds, these are completely unaware of the size and definitely will take on dogs larger than themselves. Be prepared to protect them from themselves. These are completely unaware of the size and definitely will take on dogs larger than themselves. Be prepared to protect them from themselves.